everyone, it's Mimi again. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a binder ring quote journal. And basically what this is one of those binder ring flip books I've been seeing a lot on YouTube. I was actually inspired by the Craft Purge to make one of those. So I'll link her channel down below. She's pretty cool. But basically this is just one of those flip books. Instead of using like decorated papers, I'm using papers I decorated with quotes from movies, music, and YouTube videos. This first one that I'm doing is actually inspired by Think Media. It's a channel here on YouTube which I'm actually new to. I just found it yesterday while I was searching just some ways to grow my YouTube channel a little bit, and this quote was in his video. The guy who runs it is Sean Cannell. I think I'm saying his name right. But in his video he said this quote, and it says, "Pessimism and complaints are not a winning strategy for 2018." And that just kind of stuck with me. So instead of complaining about something next time, I'm gonna push forward and use it to my advantage. If you go to his YouTube channel, I'll link it down below, all his thumbnails are like with this black box text, and then like one or two words are yellow. So I used that style as my inspiration for the type of font I was gonna use on my card. And then I'm just going around the border of the card with some gold tape to give it something, you know, something a little bit more flashy. And then I'm just gluing down the words on top of that. I'm making this card into a shaker card because I just got a fuse tool, which I absolutely love. I got it at Michael's with a 60% off coupon, so I got it for only $12, which is a great deal. Next time that coupon's out and you really want one of these, make sure you go and get it. But yeah, since I'm making this into a shaker card, I wanted to make sure that the sequins didn't get stuck behind the text. So to make sure that the text laid flat, I just used some clear tape over top of it. I actually had to do this like fusing process twice because I didn't give my fuse tool enough time to heat up. So if you're gonna do it, don't waste your time. Give your fuse tool time to heat up so it makes the plastic, you know, meld together. To fill my card, I'm using gold sequins, some black sparkles, which I honestly just don't recommend. It ends up looking like dust, and then I'm using some small iridescent stars. I'm using the fuse tool again to close up that gap, but remember I said give your heat tool time to heat up, because you'll see here that I shook mine and everything fell out. So yeah, just to fix that, I'm using that clear tape again. It's a lifesaver. It blends in perfectly fine with the plastic. And that's this card all finished. We're gonna move on to the next one, which was inspired by Coco. I love the movie Coco so much. I am obsessed with sugar skulls. Like, I don't know why, I just really like it. I love the Day of the Dead celebrations. I just think it's so cool. I love that. I want to learn more about it. I just think it's really awesome. So yeah, I saw Coco twice. If you haven't seen Coco yet, shame on you. I don't know if it's still in theaters, but it's coming out on DVD, I think in the spring. So make sure you get it. You're gonna want to watch it a million times. So for this card, I kept it pretty simple. I just added a strip of patterned cardstock to the top of the card, and then I covered the rest of the card with a clear plastic bag that has sugar skulls on it, and then my quote little thing is like a Mexican banner, and it says "Seize your moment," and then I added a little guitar and then some string to make it look like a banner. Because these are going to be put onto a binder ring, you either want to hole punch it, or I've seen people use binder clips, and I also use paper clips to clip them to the binder ring. This next card was inspired by Luke Bryan's song. I think it's called Most People Are Good, or People Are Good. I just think it's a really nice song. If you haven't heard it, listen to it. I'm going to link that below too. All these inspirations I'm going to link below. But this quote just says, I believe the world isn't half as bad as it seems, and that most people are good. Which, you know, I think we should all keep in mind that a lot of people are trying and doing their best. So yeah, I just put that on a piece of black cardstock. I wrote it with a metallic marker, and then I'm adding some hexagons along the bottom and then some blue tape to finish it off. Or actually, to finish it off, I'm going around the edge with my marker again with some stitching. My last card was inspired by another movie, which is also really great. Zac Efron's in it, you know it. The Greatest Showman. It's a really good movie. The soundtrack is also really good. I listen to it on Spotify nonstop. But this song that I used is A Million Dreams, and it's just so good, guys. I cannot tell you. You just have to go see that movie. I know it's still in theaters, but I will also be getting that one on DVD as soon as it comes out. For the card, I just took some tissue paper and then used my acrylic paints as like watercolors to create this like fun design with a lot of colors, because the quote is, "The brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams keeping me awake." So yeah, I just did a bunch of different colors, and then I'm gluing that down onto this card. Don't bother with creating or using a piece of pattern paper for the back, it'll be a waste. The tissue paper completely covers it up, which I was not expecting. Before you start writing on your paper, make sure it's dry, because otherwise your marker will just bleed into it and it'll ruin your work. But I'm using a silver Sharpie to write my quote in, and then I'm going to be going in with some star gems to just embellish it a little bit. I thought it kind of fit the theme, a million dreams keeping me awake, you're looking up at the stars, you know. Just add whatever you want to your card. This next card I'm making was inspired by Keith Urban's song Female. If you haven't heard that one, it'll also be linked down below. Really good song. If you can't tell, I really like country music, but even if you don't like country music, it's a good song. So I just went around the edges with some scraps of pink pattern cardstock that I ripped on the edges, and then I'm putting down some two layers just to give it some fluff. And then on top of that, to cover up the glue, obviously, I'm putting down another piece of pink cardstock, and then this is where I'm going to be writing the quote. This is the chorus of the song, so I don't know what it says. You'll be able to see all of these in the flip through at the end of the video, and then the screenshots that are also there. So yeah, this is just the chorus, and I'm writing that out. And at the end, I made a mistake. I used like a kind of a sketchy website to get the lyrics from. So don't do that. Use it from a good website, because I had to go over mine. Instead of Woman Wild, it's Woman Child, which I thought it was. And when I went back and checked it, it was that. But you know, we're only working with paper, and mistakes are correctable. We can fix them. So to finish off this card, I'm just adding a paper clip to put it onto the binder ring, and then I added on a little girl I cut out of some pattern paper. And here's just the flip through of all the cards. You can see that they're on the binder ring. They flip really nice, and then I used a big ring so I would be able to add on more cards to this. I want to thank you guys for stopping by to watch my video, and if you're inspired to make something like this, make sure you post on Instagram with the hashtag #InspiredByMimiLee so I'll be able to find it. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you'll be able to see my videos. I post every Tuesday and Thursday, but I also post on my Instagram daily, so make sure you follow me there at MimiLeeCrafts. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.